And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in our chill game as the Ottomans, where we got troops marching to get to the front with Wu, so we'll let them do that. While that's going on, we'll be working to try to work towards some more diplomatization here, I suppose. Actually, we're just working on those two, right? So there's nothing really to do right now, diplomatization-wise. So we are in position for Punjab. That would get us more with Jampur again. I don't think I got any more cores to get out of Jampur. Yeah. How big are they? Big enough that we want to wait until that peace treaty ends to fight them. Because we want to co-belligerent them at this point. We want to make them a subject, and to do that we need to co-belligerent them. Oh, we can go ahead, route you to Islet, make you a nice Ottoman green. Can't do anything on those two for the moment. Excuses over there. Could start to get guys in position to do something against Portugal. Let's unstack the armies over here. Any more? We got 300 force limit, we're just not using. Okay. This might be a bit laggy. That's a bit, but it's handleable. 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 Put like 3 brigades there. Okay, that should be enough once those build in to deal with the either the Portuguese or the Castilians. Suppose I could build more troops to deal with Russia. Treaty with Russia ends is ended. We can go into Russia whenever we want. Okay. In which case, it does make sense to build up a few more units for the Russia as well. The Russian war will end up with some of the units we're using for the Wu invasion and the maybe the Jampur invasion. We'll see. Coming up instead when that war starts. So and you should start releasing opinion with Korea. So we're gonna islet them. Oh, I may need one of those back just to do the war declaration, I suppose. Oh, we don't need the Qing one. Take the Qing one back. Okay. Should be in position to declare when the Qing one gets back. Okay, let's start this war. So Wu, you're about to have a very bad day. Take core Beijing, I think. Yeah, we'll probably take this to Qing. Oh, apparently, Wu doesn't have as many forts as I thought they might have. We'll just go sit on all the forts then. Oh, they got one in Beijing. Okay. So now you go to there. Two go to there. You go to there, and then we'll go hangs out with you when you. Yep. Okay, if we weren't completely outmatching the Wu, that would have been a bad fight. Still wasn't a great fight. Just one who were able to win. Okay. Siege of Beijing. That wasn't supposed to be that quick, but that's fine. Don't mind quick sieges. Which means we can move on to the next objective quicker. Okay. The nation integrated. Well, there's the entire. Well, Wu apparently has a reasonably impressive army. Almost 100,000, which just about equals the half of our expeditionary force. Yeah. For you to justify my whatever. Okay, unless we go destroy their army, I think we're pretty much got the victory here. Okay, that's return all the cores to all the people, and then release the Ming. And all the cores, release the Ming. Sure. And then at this point, it should be no cores or claims anything they've got left. We've got the Ming here. The Ming are going to be someone who are too big for us to take. Yeah, diplomatically. I don't think I have an excuse to fight them. Okay. Okay, both of them are too big at this point. So we'll let them continue to exist for a moment. We got better things to do than to figure out how we're going to take the last couple hunks. And honestly, we're probably better off waiting to finish them off until we get imperialism, unless we can diplomaticize them. Okay, so Jemper Treaty isn't over. I think that means we're probably good to go with Russia next. Russia's involved in a war, so they're gonna have a bad day. Well, I was about to say they're gonna have a bad day. They're not really gonna have a bad day because they probably aren't actually fighting that war because of where it is. Oh, can we... Minus 60? Maybe. Maybe. Might not be worth doing right now. Trying to double vassalize those guys. We were... Was Yazd that we were improving relations with? Yeah. We're still involved in a war, so we can't take anything off of Symboss. This is a Native American duchy? Yeah. Okay, this is a war that ends as soon as they're willing to surrender, really, by the looks of it. Alright, we can speed it up a little bit by going into Tondo. Where's Tondo? Tondo is those guys. But I don't think it's worth doing the naval invasion. Well, I say I don't think it's worth doing that naval invasion. I think we suppose we can do. Could get it done a little quicker. Bring the fleet down and do some blockading. It's not like Tondo has enough to stop us. No, Malacca, I don't want to be your ally. You have too much stuff to be vassalized, so I will have to go to war with you. And granted, it'd be an imperialism war, so it's just waiting around for imperialism to come around. I don't think any of these Tondo locations have... Oh, no, there's a secondary core. So we could ask specifically... Can we declare that an interest? Yes. So if we go and occupy that, the French might give that to us. And then we can release that as an islet. Slightly uppity Korea. Oh, I suppose annexing our vassals is not going to make Korea happier. We would probably want to get them converted to an islet sooner rather than later. Okay, we won. That didn't make Korea happier. That made Korea less happy, but... to make Korea less happy. There's some stuff I can do to Korea quickly. Make them happy. We should probably do that. Okay, return core province. Brunei. To Brunei. Still not under development. Hmm. Could just spend. Um, yeah, let's just go ahead and spend some prestige. Okay, Proto to an islet. Now they're not going to care about us annexing vessels. You swapped to Lefang, of all things. Huh. And a bunch of stuff expired. Okay. The Grand Republic of Lefang. Do the missionary effect. Um, yeah, and that broke a few things. Okay. Including, I suppose, our royal marriage. Found the Indian Trade Company. Gives us another merchant. Cool. Where am I going to bend that merchant? Malakas, I think. Okay, we get 21 more from improved relations. Could start subsidizing them. We need to take more stuff off of them, to be fair, by return core. Oh, and they're up against Tondo, right? So I can't enforce peace because I have enough opinion of Tondo. $90 or $81. 21 more there, so they'll take up to 67. Getting subsidy should get us there. No, Sienna, you can't have that. Oh, they're even charter companies to me. Okay. Well, we still wanted to return our provinces primarily. And then we'll go back to that for the next one if that's not enough. Yeah, I think we maximize what we can get on them. Sadly, we lost the royal marriage because they changed from the Muslim nation to Lafang. Okay, we've influenced them already. Offer military access. Ideally, we're waiting for them to leave the war with Russia. But that'll probably just happen at some point. And I doubt they're going to lose any territory to Russia, so there's no risk there. It's taking attrition. You're taking attrition. Get into the coastline. Madurai. We'll accept the royal marriage there. We're not invading them until we get imperialism anyway. And I suppose staying over the relationship limit here is keeping us from being royal marriage spammed. Oh, I haven't sent them their gift yet. And then we can give them subsidies. And then when the war with Russia ends, we'll be golden. There's the end of our golden era, so costs are going to go up for everything that we'd be doing. It's not necessarily a problem. Not actually sure if we can get these guys the right lull. 70, 80. Yeah, I think we're about 10 short. And I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get them down to enough low 100 development. Okay, as soon as that war is over, we can annex or vassalize them. Because I want my subject stuff. Turning the last core is 81. So we'll at least go up to 81 favor. Take the last core back. Maybe we'll try to charter a company at that point. And then we'll see where that gets us. We may at some point also just get a positive event with them. Which if we do would, like, we get like plus 10 opinion with them from an event, and we'll be good. If we can get them under 100 development. Under 100 development is actually apparently being pretty hard. That's 21 over there. 27, yeah. Sure, I think that's the last Brunei core. So 21, 41, 57, 73. Okay, yeah. So if we get that core back to Brunei, we'll be able to do it. From a getting them under 100 development standpoint. I think. It's not updating, so maybe not. Thought that would put them under. Did I miscount? They're slightly higher. Okay, let's try to charter a company off of them anyway. Charter a company. Yes, yes. No, yes. Okay, so they're gonna do all but their capital and the one in the capital state. Oh, they won't do that one. Okay, so there's 5 different choices. Can't do the capital state one, like do any of the other ones. 16, 20. Okay, they won't do the 32, but they'll do. That's where I'm missing. I was missing Palawa over there. Oh, actually, will they do Palawa if I get Sweeten the Deal? Yes. Okay, so now it's just getting up to the 190. And obviously that's a center of trade, or going to be a chartered company. Bandahar, waiting for the war to end. Oh, they have rivals, so I can insult one of their rivals. Tondo is one of their rivals. Tondo already doesn't like us. Let's insult Tondo. Let's make a particularly scornful insult. Welcome to the fold, Laughing. You're over 100, so you're not able to be brought around. Honestly, that's the case with Tondo. That's why Tondo was a good person to insult. Who is Tondo's other? Oh, so they gotta not like Tondo, not Tondo not liking them. So turn 8. Okay, so we get one of the spice islands fairly easily by insulting the other one. You don't like Holland. You're too big. Portugal, Tondo, Cebu. I try to do something in here. Get one of them probably pretty easily. Okay, let's... Actually, those are Qing separatists. Worst case scenario, it's going to flip to Qing. That's fine. Before I get distracted, one way to make it more likely that these guys can be vassalized is to get Russia to peace out with them. One way to make it more likely that Russia peace out with them is Russia's got a more, pressing problem. That pressing problem being us coming after them personally. I don't think we want a co-belligerent Aragon. Aragon doesn't really have anything that we want. Doesn't bring in Castile. Potentially breaks our relations with France. We don't want that. Same thing with Wurtemberg. Like that's making the war bigger in a way we don't want it to. So we'll just do that war as is. We may call in France to go jump on Aragon. But we'll do that after the war started. Gotland. We can call Gotland arms. Sure. And France. Sure. Okay, we got one lonely Russian fort out there. Whoops. Basically assigning like 3 states or so each. Out here, because there's no real forts out here in the east for the eastern group to siege down. Well, that's just telling us how badly the Russian position is in the east. They got one fort to stop us. One fort is but a speed bump. Whereas all their forts are apparently here in the west, which is fair. This is probably where all their economic activity is. Um, Suppose we could try to move. Yeah, I think we can actually dip less. Now that I remember that I can scornfully insult rivals, the small guys we're looking to rival or looking to integrate probably actually have some rivals. Now, granted, their rivals might be each other, which would be a different problem. But oh, Riga has no rivals. Okay, Riga is unrivaled apparently. We'll have to figure out some other way to do Riga. Oh, and I'm forgetting. We have an entire like front over here that I'm not sending in troops to deal with. Yeah, they got like a level 7 for it. It's not a rush to take them down because we're just gonna negotiate them to hand over the treasury when they do. Which, if we don't get the treasury, oh well. Oh, we haven't reined this islet in. Okay. Well, let's rein that one in and we'll revisit annexing them in like 10 years. Oh, actually, do we have any cores we want to return to you? Should check before we know. Sword by Giver is not a good choice. Receiver? Receiver. Granted, the receiver flag, the sword by Giver is over the receiver flag, and the sword by receiver is over the Giver flag. Maybe they should be the way around, but you know, they're not. Give stuff to Lithuania. No. Shock and Hive. Car. Okay, so don't need to worry about taking over Kazakh or Kazan or Kazakh. They don't have anything we want to give them. And it's like a 59% war score. So we don't even need to necessarily push this to the ends of the earth. We just need to siege down the Russian forts, and the Russians will probably give in. Siege of Reval. Reval has fallen. Yeah, Bandhar, we're literally waiting on them liberating themselves from the war they're currently embedded in. Relations there, and which one of the islands is bigger? South is 33, north is 29, so we'll improve with the south. Not an easy swing, but I think we'll be able to swing that one. One province where 33 is quite a lot after all. See the Crimeans going around almost trying to hunt the Russian stacks. Moscow has fallen. Kazan has fallen. Go reinforce the Crimeans so the Crimeans don't get completely blasted. Well, they didn't get there in time. Granted, I think we're about to have a revenge attack with a stack that tempting to get free is about to have a bad day. Yeah. You may have won a battle against the Crimeans, but you do not win it against the Ottomans. Okay. Back up after the Russians. I think the Russians will basically give us what we want when we have the war goals, right? When we have the war goal and have the forts down, I think they'll give us everything we want. Missionary falls ill. Yeah, send him some help. Can propagate religion in Siberia. We're not too worried about that. Where is the war goal that we don't control? Find... Yeah... An? An? Okay. I assume someone is assigned to take that. Yeah, it's this guy. This guy's got like 3 to go, so he'll probably do that soon. There goes the westward sieges. Hindenburg is about half probability of instant completing. Oh, that siege is done. I should move it further south to go help the French. Bring cannons to help the French. Fair, honestly, we can probably negotiate surrender of them. We're not taking anything off of them, so we're just going to take like war reps and all their money. All the money we can negotiate for. Oh, that fort's fallen. Oops, I'm wasting admin power. Oops-a-daisy. We're not taking anything, so we don't need to really preserve any of this admin power, so we're just going to spread it into stacks. Oh, and of course that means the moment we get our diplomat back, we can negotiate that surrender. Foreign ministers in Verona. Foreign reformed ministers. Oh dear. Hans been in Genoa, reduced by 25. Okay. Okay, they're not quite willing to give us what we want. Though honestly, we probably don't control the war girls still. So maybe they actually think they're winning. They aren't, but, you know, they can dream. Okay, now we control the war goal. No, they probably aren't. There we go. Oh, I suppose the alternative, we wanted to keep racking up the war score, is start freeing countries. Novgorod is too big, probably. I think Mongolia probably isn't too big. Karadel. Okay, basically take all the lesser nations out of them, besides Novgorod. Not quite come around to doing that yet. Um, though I don't necessarily foresee that being too much of a problem to get out of them. It just requires me actually microing some troops in the west, I think. So as to be able to actually defeat the Russian army. But did we have an ongoing... Might have had an ongoing battle. Somewhere. Looks like we lost an ongoing battle somewhere. Okay, so one of our siege attacks over in Siberia didn't fare particularly well. Got hunted down. Oof, barely won that fight. Still, Russia not appreciating the ongoing decline in their position. Well, that's all our military power backed up, okay. And they're willing to negotiate that way. All the cores our subjects own on them. Release all the subjects that are not Zaibei, Novgorod. Give us a big chunk of your money. And there we go. Got a couple subjects in here. We can now stretch our diplomatic muscles and politely ask them to join our team. Russia's still got a 0 war score that war. Okay, that war is not over. And it's not going to end anytime soon, I'm guessing. Let's try to pull back diplomats we're not currently using for specific tasks to do the welcome to the team speech to our new potential members, post-Russia members. Looking at the time, I should go ahead and put another part break in. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm literally going to mute the mic for a couple seconds between parts, just sip of tea. We'll get right back to playing. And with that, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part. Bye for now.